mic to Professor Alaji Shakan from Ethiopia for his contribution. Professor Alaji, you can unmute your mic. Thank you.
A warm greetings of the day to all the dignitaries and the participants of today's program. Can you able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Today is the day of International Education Day 2026. So the day education plays a very important role in promoting the peace, sustainable development and human dignity. Education is the main role for the building up of our soul, I mean to say. And education is a power to live unlimited within the limited world. So there is a scope for everybody who have been educated can have unlimited scope of living. I am very much happy to be invited by the members of this committee. I am from Ethiopia. My name is Dr. Rajashekar from India, working as associate professor in Department of Chemistry, Kebridahar University, Somali region, Ethiopia. I've been working in Ethiopia since 10 years in two different regions. Before I worked in South Nation, and now I'm working in Somali region. I'm from the chemistry background. I have done PhD from India, and I can say that PhD, the education, global degree, we can say. So with this higher education, I mean to say that for the sake of education, today is International Education Day. Education can make anything, whatever we want to prefer. And education makes me to move to different countries, to Ethiopia. I have visited America, Egypt, Uganda, Ethiopia, and also the Kenya. So this is the main platform for the people who are educated. They can live unlimited with sharing their knowledge to different parts of the world. And I'm very much interested to work in Africa because I have been deserved to work in, committed to work in Africa to build the nation knowledge which I have gained from India, from Indian universities. I have done PhD from Andhra University, which is a reputed university from Andhra Pradesh, India, South India. So it's a good opportunity for me to serve African countries, African continent as Ethiopia, and I may have the chance maybe to go to some other parts of the African continent. I've done a lot of work in the research from the Indian point of view. I have done the water samples analysis, metal analysis, sediment analysis, all these things, and I have got the appreciation certificates from the Ethiopian government also while I'm establishing the research laboratories containing the undergraduate programs and postgraduate programs, and also the research oriented laboratories in the Ethiopia. And it is I have done the community service also for the people who are working in college level. The teachers have been trained for 2 days yearly so that they can understand the importance of laboratory. Laboratory plays very important role in chemistry so that they can understand what is happening. Chemistry without laboratory is mystery, but chemistry with the laboratory create history. So this is about my personal curriculum, and many dignitaries, professors have been discussed about the educational system, employability concerns, and also innovation and employability and infrastructural matters, and also the advanced tools and technology. Really, this plays very important role for the development of the country and the continent as well. Means we can see some of the aspects we can understand from today is International Education Day. We can understand the youth empowerment is very much important. Youth empowerment and inclusion education, and also the sustainable development is another important aspect we have to discuss, we have to understand. And global citizenship. Youth empowerment means the youth have to be co-creators of education. Not only the beneficiaries, they should become the co-creators. And inclusive education, equal accessibility should be provided for all the students, irrespective of their financial status. That is very, very important, because some students, as we have discussed in the previous from the other ideas, other professors' ideas. So equality is not found in some of the situations because of financial matters. Equality should be there, provided for all. And sustainable development means that is the main key drive for the development of the nation. And global citizenship provides the peace, global understanding, and tolerance through the education system. And education, we can see the abbreviation simply education. E stands for enlightens personality. So without education, there is no enlightenment. We can understand. And D stands for determines the individuality. So education determines individuality, and U makes the union promotion. It promotes the unity in among the education institutions and the society. And C stands for character buildup. If you want to build up our character, individuality, we have to go for education. And A stands for the authority inherits. When you have the education, when you have the higher qualified degree, you have the authority to rule over the country, to have the better ruling over the nations. And the T stands for testifies the personality. Education or the doctorate degree or any other higher degree testifies our individual personalities, we can say. And I stands for innocence. Integrity. We will be getting into the integrity in the nation. And O stands for owns all our respect. Education gives respect for our individual personalities. And also N stands for nobility, noble life. We can see the chemistry. There are noble gases. We have very important characteristic properties. So education brings us nobility, noble nature. The employment system has been taking place in Ethiopia. That is also very important. They have the industry partnerships. So universities or the private universities, they have been having the collaboration with the industry partnerships. Some of the universities which are highly established in Ethiopia, they have the collaboration with the tech giants institutions or the companies like Google, Microsoft, and IBM to provide the students with hands-on experience and access to the cutting-edge resources. So industry partnership is very much seen in the Ethiopian government, Ethiopian universities, and also some of the universities, they have the collaboration with the local industries for internships and projects. That is also helping the students to get into the employability. And from this, the students have the benefits of getting into the experience, getting the different skills by going into these internships. And also university also will be able to improve the course relevance, and reputation will be increasing for the universities. And in this Ethiopian university, we can see that incubators and accelerators, we can see some of the universities which are very much famous with lot of experience, they are offering the mentorship, and also they are providing the funding resources that turns ideas into the realistic nature. So this is also another important point where the Ethiopian universities are following. They are offering the mentorship and funding as much as possible from the government. And practical learning, this is also very important. So university internships and also the industry sponsorships, they allocate the projects to equip the students so that they can develop the relevant skills by means of internships and scholarships from the different funding agencies. They have been getting the practical learning also. And entrepreneur program is also very important, as we know very much. The universities, they are encouraging the students to create their own job by means of entrepreneurship. This is also playing a very important role in the Ethiopian universities. And the career development centers also, they have been encouraging the students into different aspects in different areas. This is about my short representation, and I'm very much glad to be the participant of this program. It's a great enthusiastic and also encouraging for me to collaborate and contribute more for the nation, not only in Ethiopia, for the different parts of continents of Africa, so that I can share my knowledge and I can contribute. And also I would like to tell you something, that I'm making some community service for the students, not only in Ethiopia, all over the world, chemistry channel, so that all the experiments, all the classes of theory and the practicals will be done in the experiment, in the laboratory, practically, visually, and that can be exposed out for the different students in various communities, so that they can understand what is going on inside the laboratory. Exposure is also very important. Sometimes we will hide the things. What we are doing, something which is great is not exposed outside. Exposure also plays very important role, so that the people can understand what is happening really inside the institutions. Some people, they will work hard more than the time, out of the time, but they cannot be recognized. But those things to be exposed outside, so that the people understand what the genuinity is going on in the institution, and also how the people are responding, how they are accepting. We should take the feedback from the students also, how the students will feel, and we should take the feedback from the faculty, how they'll feel for working in these various institutions. We should take some necessary measures to control all these things. So this is all about my today's contribution.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Rajesh Sakar, for this contribution. We really appreciate you for taking your time to make this wonderful contribution.
Thank you so much, dear.
Before we move to the Q&A session, I would like to, please, can you hear me? Professor Raja Shakar, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It's clear.
Okay, thank you so much for your excellent contribution towards the discussion. We really appreciate you for taking your time to make this powerful contribution. So before moving to the Q&A session, there are so many important personalities from different universities across the globe presently online. We have people like Professor Ibikunle Tijani from Morgan State University, United States of America. We have so many other personalities that cannot be mentioned because of the uniqueness of the platform we are operating on. All the personalities are duly acknowledged. So moving forward, I would like to read the questions, some of the questions that we have here. So the first question says, the first question says, how can African private universities drive educational innovation to improve employability and prepare graduates for careers in public health consultancy and health system leadership? And this question goes to the first speaker, Professor Sudhakar. If you are there, sir, and before you respond to the question, I would like to urge all the speakers to please try their best to keep the length of their responses below 1 minute so that we can take as much questions as possible. Thank you so much.
Right, sir. So am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Right, thank you. I think the question which has been raised is improve employability and prepare graduates for careers in public health consultancy and health systems. As I told you, the important thing is the universities which are imparting these public health systems, they need to collaborate with the industry and see what are the latest technologies, latest equipments, and latest methodologies that they are practicing. Those things should be incorporated in the teaching so that the students are prepared. Hands-on experiences is a must for this kind of thing.
Thank you very much. So I wouldn't necessarily say universities without modern infrastructure do fall behind, but we live in a globally connected world. We also need to produce graduates that can compete globally. So of course, it should be within the interest of not just private universities in Africa, but also government universities and, the ones with the, public-private connection, where we have to produce graduates that can compete with any other graduates. As Africans, we always complain that the Chinese are doing this, they are doing that, but we are just sitting in a classroom with a pen and paper. And it doesn't suggest that we are not intelligent, but rather, we need the infrastructure just so that, or we need to invest in infrastructure. We also need to find efficient ways of not just managing students and also curriculum, but also compete globally. And I think that's just the main narrative we are pushing here.
Okay, thank you so much, Engineer Muftau Sanusi.